Hi, my name is Galia Paliga, and I am the president of the North Carolina National Organization for Women, also known as NC Now, and I'm also one of the Raleigh Women's March organizers. I'm here to talk about the Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, and how proposed changes would help Indigenous women and girls specifically. I want to thank Crystal Cavalier and Antoinette Carr for their persistence on getting the murders in Robeson County noticed, with the goal of having these crimes be properly categorized and solved. Um, the great continued, I want to also shout out to the great continued coverage by Women Advance on these crimes, Antoinette and Nikki. And thanks for the marches and rallies and reaching out that you're both doing. Now really appreciates the opportunity to help get more exposure for murdered and missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and people, and also for VAWA. Indigenous women are raped, beaten, and murdered at astounding rates. The proposed changes to VAWA would help deter these crimes and punish perpetrators by increasing tribal jurisdiction to include sexual violence, sex trafficking, stalking, and child abuse. We need to push our U.S. senators to reauthorize a strong VAWA like the one that passed the U.S. House over a year ago. Now helped make VAWA happen over 25 years ago. It was signed into law in 1994. Fighting violence against women has always been one of our main issues. One of the women who helped draft the bill, as a now legal defense fund staff attorney, said in an interview recently, the very existence of this federal law shifted public perception of the problem, and it was modeled on the Civil Rights Act of 1964. VAWA stipulates that gender-biased crimes violate a woman's civil rights. Here are a few astonishing statistics, and then I'll talk about what we can do to reauthorize VAWA with these fixes and more fixes. The statistics are from the National Congress of American Indians Policy Research Center. So, American Indian and Alaskan Native women were almost 2 times as likely to be raped as non-Hispanic white women in their lifetimes, 34.1%, which is more than 1 in 3 of these women. And the murder rate of American Indian and Alaskan Native women is almost 3 times that of non-Hispanic white women. In some counties, it's closer to 10 times more. So if you can stomach those, almost 9 in 10 American Indian and Alaskan Native women, 89%, have experienced stalking by a non-Native perpetrator, and 96% of American Indian and Alaskan Native female victims of sexual violence experience violence at the hands of a non-Native perpetrator. Too many of these crimes go unpunished because tribal law enforcement hasn't been allowed to reach the perpetrators off tribal land. The House passed a version of VAWA in April of 2019 that addresses many of these deficiencies, but the problem is the Senate. As you may know, the U.S. Senate is sitting on literally 395 bills, according to Newsweek on Valentine's Day this year. These all passed the House, thanks Mitch McConnell. With enough uproar, we can make the Senate pass a strong VAWA like the House's. This should be a bipartisan issue, but there are competing VAWA bills in the Senate. A Republican woman senator from Iowa, who's a survivor of domestic abuse and rape herself, has her own bill that has gun control provisions removed. So we need to push for Senator Feinstein's version, which mirrors the House's and includes gun safety. There hasn't been progress yet in 2020 due to impeachment and pandemic and Mitch McConnell. So next, like as an interim step with COVID-19, there's a push to get some of the VAWA provisions into the fourth stimulus package. And again, we would contact our senators Burr and Tillis. But the long-term need is to reauthorize VAWA properly. And what we can do is make this uproar. We can call and tweet and write letters to representatives and letters to the editors and educate allies and get them involved. There are national organizations working on this, including NOW, who put together campaigns. You can go to the NC Now webpage, northcarolinanow.org. We have links to the national organizations with the points you can make, suggested scripts, tweets, all that stuff. Now members do it. You can do it. We all need to do it. More people, the better. So you can send questions. Thank you for listening. Stay as safe as you can. Take care.